श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः, भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः, स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः, वशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, स्वस्ति न पूर्वा वेदाः, स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः, स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम अग्नेनया सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् ययोध्यस्माजुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठां ते नमभुक्तिं विधेम। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम ब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसे जायताम्, आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूर इषव्योऽतिव्याधि, महारथो जायताम्, दोग्रीधेनुः ओढानद्वान्, आसुः सप्तिः पुरन्धिर्योषाः, जिष्णोरतेष्टाः सभेयो युवा, अस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम्, निकामे निकामेन वर्जन्यो न वर्षतु, फलवत्यो न वोषधया पच्यन्ताम्, योगक्षेमो नः कल्पेताम्। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुः, श्रोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि सर्वाणि, सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम्, ममा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु, अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु, तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु, ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम तत्सत्।
Today we'll start. Please tell. Mama upatta samasta durita kshaya dvara.
ममोपात समस्त दुरित क्षय द्वारा
Sri Parameshwara Prityartham.
श्री परमेश्वर प्रीत्यर्थम
Krishna Yajurveda.
यजुर्वेद
Taittiriya Samhita.
तैत्रेय संहिता
Parayana.
पारायण
Adhyanam cha karishyamaha.
अध्ययनं च करिष्यामः।
Om Namo Bhagavate
ओम नमो भगवते
Prajapataye
प्रजापतये
Nave Namaha.
विष्णवे नमः।
समस्त सन्मंगलानि भवन्तु,
समस्त सन्मंगलानि भवन्तु,
सर्वविध आयुरारोग्य भाग्याभिवृद्धिरस्तु।
सर्वविध आयुरारोग्य अभिवृद्धिरस्तु।
ओम वेदः शिवः शिवो वेदः
वेदः शिवः
वेदः शिवः शिवो वेदः
वेदः शिवः शिवो वेदः
वेदाध्यायी सदा शिवः
वेदाध्यायी सदा शिवः
वेदाध्यायी सदा शिवः
वेदाध्यायी सदा शिवः
अस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन
अस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन
अस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन
अस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन
वेदमेवाभ्यसेतो ऋग्वेदोऽथ यजुर्वेदः
ऋग्वेदोऽथ यजुर्वेदः
सामवेदो अथर्वणः
सामवेदो ह्यथर्वणः
अङ्गैश्च सहिताः सर्वे
अङ्गैः सहिताः सर्वे
समायन्तु
समायन्तु
अस्मिन् वेदकक्ष्ये.
अस्मिन् वेदकक्ष्ये.
So we have now started to go to the original text, Samhita Patha, belonging to Yajurveda. You know, as you just now recited, what is Veda? Vedaha Shivaha.
वेदः शिवः.
Veda is identical to Shiva. And Shiva has got many meanings. And basically, Veda Adhyayana gives you peace of mind. Manasyanti agate. So if you want to have a settled, happy mind, you should make Parayanam, Veda Parayanam. There is no higher beneficial Parayanam than Veda Parayanam. There is no higher beneficial study than Veda study. So that's why Veda is always producing us Shivam. Shantam. Shikara stands for Shanti. Shikara is that. So Shikaraya Namo Namaha. In Mahanyasa, you notice Vahanam Rishabho Yasya Vasuki Kantabhushanam Mame Siktidharam Vande Shikaraya Namo Namaha. ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So in the Panchakshari mantras, every ಓಂಕಾರದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್. Therefore, Shikarayanu Vahanam Vrishabhoyasya. The Vrishabha is the Vahanam. The very strongest animal among animals is the bull. That's why we always say bull strength, not any other strength. Not see lion, tiger, and all that. That is a different quota of strength. But when you come to bull, you say bull work, bull strength, bull load. And that bull is the Sreshtham. Bull Sreshthavada. So Vahanam Vrishabham Yasya and Kantabhushanam Vasukihi. So Vasuki is the best among the 12 Nagarajas. ನಾಗರಾಜರಲ್ಲಿ 12 ನಾಗರಾಜರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ತಪಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಶಿವನ ಕಂಠಾಭರಣವಾಗಿ ಆಗಿರುವ ಮಹಾನುಭಾವ ಯಾರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಸುಕಿ. And Vasuki's role in everyday's life, I mean in the mythology and also in Puranas, is very much great. For example, if we want to get Amrutam, Vasuki became a rope, and that Parvata, Mantra Parvata, became a puzzle. And Rakshasas and Devatas have churned the ocean to get the Amrutam. But when Visham came, Rudra came and removed the calamity. And he never knows what happened after removing the calamity, because Sada Dhyana Paro Shiva. That Shiva is constantly under meditation. Though he is not opening the eyes and all that, but he knows the entire world going on, how it is going on. The samsara chakra pravartana takes place, but he will be also protecting. That is the greatness of Lord Rudra. So, Vasuki Kantabhushanam and Vame Sektidharam Vande. Sekti is the Trisulam. And the Dharaha is the bearer. So, mere personality is no good. You must have Ayudha. Nodi, or Manju or he is having Ayudha in his hand. Pen. So, without pen, you can't trust your head. You will forget afterwards. Now, ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಆನಂದವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಗುರುಗಳ ಭಾಷಣ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಗುರುಗಳು ಅಂತ ನಾವೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಜ್ಞಾನ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. That is the nature to everybody. That's why we have to make some record so that you will be able to recapitulate the context and the necessary. That's why Here also, Lord Rudra is holding constantly Shakti, Trishulam, Trishuladhari. So Tridalam, Tridalakaram, etc. goes, and Trinetram Triyayudham, Ashesha Papa Samharam, Eka Bilvam Sivarpanam. So here, Shakti Dharam Vande. So you say Vame Shakti Dharam Vande, Vakaraya Namo Namaha, Shikaraya Namo Namaha. Like that, it goes on. Veda Siva Sivo Vedaha and Vedadhyayi Sadasivaha. Yaru Vedadhyayanu and Martaro, Aurelaru Sadasivre. Not simply Shiva, Sadasiva, always peaceful, always calm, never invites unwantedly anger and all these shadripus. But he will be having a composed, pleasant, balanced mind. That is what is the advantage of Veda.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಗುರುಗಳೇ, ಇದು ಸದಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಶಿವ
ವೇದ ಶಿವ ಶಿವೋ ವೇದ ವೇದಾಧ್ಯಾಯಿ ಸದಾ ಶಿವ
ವೇದ ಶಿವ
ವೇದ ಶಿವ ಶಿವೋ ವೇದ ವೇದಾಧ್ಯಾಯಿ ಸದಾ ಶಿವ. ವೇದವನ್ನು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡುವವರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಉಪಯೋಗಕರವಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಉಪಯುಕ್ತವಾಗಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ, ತಮಗೆ ತಾವು ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. That's why the munis and rishis and yogis are always ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. We automatically feel like making namaskara for them because namaskara yogyo janaha munayah. And ಮುನಿಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ ಯೋಗಿಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ ಋಷಿಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಗುರುಗಳು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋ, ನೋ, ಅದು ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಅರ್ಜಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಒಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇವನ್ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಏನು ವಿಶ್ವಂ ವಿಷ್ಣು ವಷಟ್ಕಾರ ಅಂತ. ವಷಟ್ಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಯೋಗ್ಯ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಶಬ್ದ, ವಿಷ್ಣು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂಥ ಮಹಿಮಾ ಗುಣಗಳಿದ್ದ ಮಹಾನುಭಾವರನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೇನಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವೇದ ಶಿವ ಶಿವೋ ವೇದ ವೇದಾಧ್ಯಾಯಿ ಶಿವೋ ಸದಾ ಶಿವ. ಅಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ವಪ್ರಯತ್ನೇನ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಸೊ ಸರ್ವಪ್ರಯತ್ನೇನ ವೇದಂ ಏವ ಅಭ್ಯಸೇತ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೀಕ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್. ವೇದ ಅನ್ನೋವಾಗ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್, ಆ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕರ್ಮಣ ಬದ್ಧತೆ ಜಂತು ಜ್ಞಾನೇನ ವಿಮುಚ್ಯತೆ ಅಂತ ಶಂಕರರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಂಟೈಸ್ಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕರ್ಮ. ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದೇರ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ಬಾಕ್ಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇನ್ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಇನ್ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಎಂಥ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇದ ಜ್ಞಾನ. ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ವೇದ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ಜ್ಞಾನ, ಅಂತರಾತ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಅನದರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಯು ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೇದ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಯಾಸ್ಕಾಚಾರ್ಯ, so many rishis and commentators say ಅನಂತ ವೈ ವೇದಾಹ. ಎಷ್ಟು 4, 8, 10, 70 ಅಲ್ಲ, ವೇದಗಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನ್. ಅನಂತಾಹ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರುವ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ಗಳು. ನಾನು ವೇದ ಓದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಮೇಡವರಂ ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, 120 years ಅಲ್ಲಿ 40 ವರ್ಷ ಋಗ್ವೇದ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, 40 ವರ್ಷ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, 40 ವರ್ಷ ಸಾಮವೇದ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮುಗಿತು, 120 years ಪೂರ್ಣಾಯುಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ವೇದಗಳ ಜ್ಞಾನ, ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ವ್ಯಾಸ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಸಿ ಆಲ್ ದಿ 1000 years if you were to spend completely to Vedadhyayana, even then you will not reach the end of Veda. Varsha sahasradapi Vedadhyayanam yadi kriyate tadapi na paripurnatam vidyate. ಸೊ ಅಂತ ವ್ಯಾಸ ಭಗವಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮಹರ್ಷಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತು, ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ವೇದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ ನಮ್ಮ ತರಹ. ನಮ್ದು ಚೋಟ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಮೋಟ. ಸೊ ಚೋಟ ಮೋಟ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ವೇದಾಧ್ಯಯನ ಇಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಋಗ್ವೇದೋಥ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ಸಾಮವೇದೋ ಅಥರ್ವಣ, ಋಗ್ವೇದ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ಸಾಮವೇದ ಅಥರ್ವ, ಅಥರ್ವಣ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ವೇದ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಅಂಗಾಸ್ತ್ಯ ವೇದ ಸತ್ಯ 6 ಅಂಗಗಳಿದೆ. ದಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವೇದಾಸ್. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂಗಗಳಿದೆಯೋ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕೈ ಕಾಲು, ಕರ್ಮೇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು 6, ಜ್ಞಾನೇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು 5, ಅಂತಃಕರಣಗಳು 4. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿದ್ರೆ 6 + 4 5 + 4 is equal to 15. ಸೊ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ ಕರ್ಮೇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು. ಕರ್ಮೇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಮೋಟಾರ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೋಟರೈಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಹತ್ರನೇ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಾರಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಬರುವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲನ್ನು ಮೋಟರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಆ ಮೋಟಾರ್ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೆಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹೌಸ್. So motor organs are there and Gnanendriyas are there, sensory organs which will help you to keep yourself well. So Gnanendriyalu. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಂತಃಕರಣಗಳಿಂತ there are 4: ಮನೋ, ಬುದ್ಧಿ, ಅಹಂಕಾರ, ಚಿತ್ತಂ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂಗಗಳು ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ವೇದ ಪುರುಷನಿಗೆ ಅಂಗಗಳು ಯಾವುದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷ, ವ್ಯಾಕರಣಂ ಎಟ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ವೇದಾಶ್ಚ ಚತ್ವಾರಃ ವೇದಾಃ ಅಂಗಾನಿ ಷಟ್ ಅಂಗೈಶ್ಚ ಸಹಿತಾಃ ಸರ್ವೇ ಸಮಾಯಂತು. ಯು ಸೇ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೂ ಮಚ್. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಋಗ್ವೇದೋಥ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ, ದಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವೇದಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಒರಿಜಿನಲಿ ಋಗ್ವೇದ, ಸಾಮವೇದ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಥರ್ವೇದ, ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ವಾಸ್ ದಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್. ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾಲಾಂತರದಿಂದ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಋಗ್ವೇದ, ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ, ಸಾಮವೇದ, ಋಗ್ವೇದ ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಡೇನಲ್ಲಿ then I started this workshop on Yajurveda. Dr. B.V. Raman came to give the keynote address to Ragigudda Anjaneya Swami Temple Auditorium. But before that, when I planned like that, my guru Dr. Kashikar asked, "What is that you are doing?" Veda admele Yajurveda, Samveda madbekalva. How you are doing Yajurveda anta? But still he gave me the explanation. I told him, "Sir, Yajurveda is a practical Veda. How long you can sit in theory class? Bore hodetalappa. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ theory ಅಂದರೆ you don't like it. But if you are made to sit in the laboratory or in a practical class, you will be liking. So audio is one, video is another. Which you like most? Video you like. So video andre you are able to visualize and get more thoughts about it. So like that, here also in Yajurveda we have got that Yajurveda is a practical Veda, and yet the Veda, and there is a Yajurveda Purusha and Ajasyaha anta naವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಗಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅಜಾಸ್ಯಃ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, all the 4 Veda Purusha have got animal heads. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಗಂಗಾ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ I have put forth all the 4 Veda Purushana ಧ್ಯಾನ, ಋಗ್ವೇದ ಧ್ಯಾನ, ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಾಮವೇದ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಸೊ ಕುಲಿಸಹಸ್ತ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಜ್ಞಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವ ಆಯುಧಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಮಹಾನುಭಾವ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ಪುರುಷ. ಸೊ ಯಜ್ಞದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಶು ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅಜಾಸಿ ಏಕಪಾತ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅಜ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ವಿಷ್ಣು. Aja is not born. We are all born. Because we are born, we have to get out on a day or two. We don't know the date we don't know expiry date, but we always write the birth date. Innobbaru bandu expiry date bariತಾರೆ. So that's why Aja and Ajasyaha, Yajurveda Purusha has got. So that is a different one. So Yajurveda is meaning that it has got the edges. And I know Veda has got Mantra and Brahmana. Brahmana is the laboratory job. And mantra is the theory. I want to explain to you because whenever you go to Brahmanas, I mean sacrificial explanations. When you go to commentary, when you go to Vedartha Jnana, you feel really elated. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ವೇದ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸಾಮಗಾನ ಲೋಲ ಅಂತ ಗಾನ ಲೋಲವೇ, ವೇದಗಾನ ಲೋಲ ಅಂತ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಲವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನೀವು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅನೀಶ್ ಭಾರತಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರರು ಬಂದು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಘನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಶ್ರಾವ್ಯವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ವೇದವನ್ನು ಕೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ವೇದಾಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ? ಆಲ್ ವೇದ ಮಂತ್ರಾಸ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇವತಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಸ್ಮಾಲಜಿ. ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ಸ್ಯಾಸರ್ಡೋಟಲ್ ಸಂಹಿತ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸ್ಯಾಸರ್ಡೋಟಲ್ ಸಂಹಿತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸಸ್. ದರ್ ಆರ್ sacrifices are there in the Veda, Yajurveda.
Excuse me, sir.
There are.
Mr. Nandan has to mute his phone.
What of nice, sir?
So there are. What is the chat? I was talking. So Yajurveda has got 12 sacrifices, major sacrifices, and innumerable optional rites. ಒಂದು ಯಜ್ಞ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸಂಭೂಯ ಸಮುತ್ಥಾನ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಎ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ coordinating enterprise, because if you want to perform yajna, you need manpower, money power, royal power, and miscellaneous power. And then all the cosmic power automatically comes and joins, and you are getting the benefit of it. That's why Homagnihi antare. Homagnihi, Homadhumaha, Ayurvardhanam, Dine Dine anta heltare. Homadhumaha. So when you do Homa, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಯುಷು ವೃದ್ಧಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ರಾತ್ರೌ ಕ್ಷೀರಾನ್ನ ಭುಕ್ತಿಶ್ಚ ಆಯುರ್ವೃದ್ಧಿ ದಿನೇ ದಿನೇ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ರಾತ್ರಿ ಕ್ಷೀರಾನ್ನ ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. And there are, and also one should avoid mutton or meat eating. So like that, here homas are there. Homa is a second auxiliary one, and the yajna is a major one. So it involves so many components if you want to perform. And I don't want to talk on yajna now. So there are 12 yajnas and many optional rites. Optional rites means kamyastis. You have, see, people have got different desires fulfilled, and they want fulfillment. How do they get the fulfillment? Because if you please the God, if they please respective deities, they will try to remove the obstacles standing on the way for the happening of the good things. So dosha pariharartham, nirdosha artham. You must have observed in the Saundarya Homam, their nirdoshikaranam anta marthi now. Last time Vasan has done it, everybody has to. Nirdoshikaranam means whatever doshas have crept into in our performance, you may not know them, but Paramatma knows it, because they're all they will be observed in the microscopic way. Theirs is a microscopic way, or even their own cosmic scope. So notha iravaga they will come into knowledge. That's why we always say at the end, a kind of excuse me, sir, I have made some mistakes, try to condone them and give me the purna phalam because of that. So that is the, so that's why we have got. So now Yajurveda, unfortunately or fortunately, has got a division. And Rigveda is not divided. No other Veda is divided, but only Yajurveda is divided. It into Krishna and Shukla, and Krishna Yajurveda is older, Shukla Yajurveda is new. And it is called Shukla Yajurveda because Surya Bhagavan has given the mantras, has revealed the mantras to Agnavalkya Maharshi. So, Shukla Veda is almost deemed as Rigveda only. The planning and also the meter and everything. So, it is just following the Rigveda model, Shukla Veda, and it is a metrical Veda. But whereas Krishna Veda is a prose. The Vedic prose begins from the Krishna Veda. The Gadya Bhaga of the language takes its origin from the Yajurveda. That's why in a German scholar, I think, Renault, he has written a book on Vedic prose. ವೇದಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವ ಗದ್ಯ ಭಾಗವನ್ನೇ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಲಿಂಗ್ವಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಿಗ್. And you don't want all that, but still for your personal knowledge, how much work has been done on our Veda, I should know that. So that because Yajnavalkya got it, because the Guru Vaisampayana, to whom there are so many rishis to whom the mantras have been revealed. So among them, Vaisampayana Maharshi is one who is the authority and who got the mantras, Yajurveda mantras revealed. And he had a large number of students learning Veda in his ashrama. But Yajnavalkya Maharshi also was one of the students. But he just tried to criticize his master. And that was reported to the master, Guru. And the Guru immediately, on those days, the Gurus are powerful, unlike nowadays. Papa Gurugale Vidyarthigalannu karitare. Ava Vidyarthigalu alli hogi kaatkondu seve ಮಾಡಿ ಗುರುಕುಲ ಗುರು ಸೇವಾ ಶುಶ್ರೂಷ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟರೆ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಗುರುಗಳು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಇವು ಕಾಲ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ಯಾರು ಗುರುಕುಲಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ವೇದ ಪಾಠಶಾಲೆಗಳು ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಅದರ್ ವೇಸ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್. ಸೊ ಯಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಗುರುಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೋಷವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. That was reported, and Guru became angry, and he asked some of his sishyas to ask Yajnavalkya to vomit all that Yajurveda he learned from him. And Yajnavalkya Maharshi, because of he is also a great yogi, so by virtue of the yoga power, he was able to vomit the entire Krishna Yajurveda, entire Yajurveda mantras. And mantras which are very precious, the Guru asked Sishyas to take them up back to them. So they became titiri birds, something like the doves, and they completely took out. Therefore, the Yajurveda mantra is sometimes called as Yatayama. That is, they are not at all pure. But the pure is called Shukla Yajurveda mantra. So there is a lot of difference between these two. Let us not bother as a general student of the Yajurveda for the context. And now coming to the Taittiriya Upanishad, Taittiriya, Titiri birds. The Rishi Sishyas became Titiri birds and grabbed all that stuff, Yajurveda stuff, and has created one more. So that on that particular section of the Veda is called Taittiriya Samhita. Samhita is a compilation. So it is not a textbook. Samhita does not mean a textbook. It is a compilation. ಈ ಕಂಪೈಲೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋನು ಯಾರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಸ ಭಗವಾನುಡು. ವ್ಯಾಸ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ he tried to classify the mantras into 4 divisions, while the mantras was all a floating mass, and ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So now coming to the Adhyayana Samhita. Samhita is compilation, collection of mantras and belonging to. And Krishna Yajurveda has got 90 and above recensions, Sakagalide. And 16 are the recensions of the Shukla Yajurveda. So 108 recensions are total recensions or shakas of Yajurveda. And among all the shakas, only 4 shakas are available belonging to Krishna Yajurveda. Taittiriya Samhita, Maitrayani Samhita, Katha Samhita, and Kapisthala Katha Samhita. And ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇನಿದೆಯೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 960 108 minus 16 ಎಷ್ಟಾಗತ್ತಪ್ಪ? $92 recensions were there belonging to Krishna Yajurveda. So you can imagine how popular and great is Krishna Yajurveda, and which is more and more practiced in South India. Most of the people in South India Yajurvedans are Krishna Yajurvedans, and most of them are Shukla Yajurvedans in North India. And when I attended one Delhi conference in Delhi, a boy of 11 years was brought by his father saying that he has by hearted all the Shukla Yajurveda Madhyandina mantras recension. Madhyantana recension mantras ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಶುಕ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದರು ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ. He has the whole text in his head. 11 years boy he just learnt it in Haridwar in the Vedic University there. But I mean, there are people who are blessed to be having a pastor of that. And now in this Taittiriya Samhita, I will be now and then telling more information about these 4 Vedas, I mean about this Yajurveda, and also comparison with the Shukla Yajurveda, and that will be a part of academic interest for you. So now, when you come to Taittiriya Samhita, it has got, it has been divided into this form. What is that? It is divided into it is called as Kanda, Prapataka, and Anuvaka. So, Mukhyavagi, there are 5 kandas in the Taittiriya Samhita. They are named by Prajapatya Kanda, number 1, 2 Saumya Kanda, 2nd Kanda, 3 Agneya Kanda, and 4th Vaiswadeva Kanda, and 5th is Swayambhava Kanda. And another feature of this Krishna Yajurveda is that there is a clubbing of mantra and brahmana. I told you mantra is the revelations, original samhitas, and brahmana is the meaning for that. So then and there only the meaning part of the samhita mantras have been there. You know, for example, in Mahanarayana, you must have been taught. Up to some extent, there are mantras. For example, Raudri Karanam, Dashanga Raudri Karanam, Shoshanga Raudri Karanam, then Atma Raksha, etc. All that are mantras. But when you go to Twamagre, Rudro, Asuro, from that Agni and Indra, there is a Brahmana included in that. So that when you take to Mahanyasa, you are aware of the entire stretch of the Vedic literature. So application of Namakam, Shamakam, and further that you will be Rudrafied, all that. So you have got this. So mantra and Brahmana are clubbed together at one place. That is the characteristic of the Yajurveda. And another characteristic of Yajurveda is totally it is in prose. And you have to, whenever you go to the mantra portion of the Samhita, you are required to know the Rishi, Devata, and Chandas of the mantras. And therefore, you have, and who is the Rishi for the entire first kanda of Krishna Veda, Taittiriya Samhita? It is Prajapati Rishi. And I'm just giving you the stretch of the first Prapataka, which we are going to go with. And there are 8 Prapatakas. First Kanda contains 8 chapters or 8 sections or 8 divisions. And the remaining ones are called Anuvakas. So, ನೀವು ವೇದ ಋಷಿ ವೇದ ಪುರುಷರ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅನುವಾಕ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಪ್ರಥಮ ಅನುವಾಕ, ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ಅನುವಾಕ, ತೃತೀಯ ಅನುವಾಕ. The ಅನುವಾಕ is always, generally it is a prose text. Otherwise also it is called the Kandika anತಾರೆ. So this is what is Yajurveda division, that you can think of it. And now, and if I say it's always, it will be only a lecture on Yajurveda, but I want to tell you, in first Prapataka, first Kanda, what are the topics that have been covered is a very interesting thing for you. And which I will be able to give you. Just note, of course, you are recording. So the first Prapataka of the first Kanda contains around 14 topics. And that is and it all connected to the sacrifice by name Darsha Purna Masa sacrifice. Darsha Purna Masa Yagna. Darsha is Amavasya and Purna is Paurnami. So referring to those 2 phases of moon, that is being organized. So that it's almost like a preparation and performance. And you may be knowing our member of the Veda, Kendra, and a great scholar, Dr. N.C.P. Nath. He has prepared a good note on the Darsha Purnamasa Yagna connected to the mantras of Sukla Veda. So Ishtalla is a nimge interest idre aamele odbodu. We have also published some portions of that in our Veda Ganga. So here in this particular first section Prapataka, you have got the topics currently. You try to drive away the calves, then you take the darbha and you milk the cows. And once you get the milking and all done, cow's milk, you get it, and you will make offering, and there is a preparation of grains, and you have to pound the grains that you can be making it as a. So then you make a purodashas. They are called potsherds. Krishna Avre, are you liking this? Manju Garu, you are liking
Yes,
all?
Guruji. Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Vasan says yes. Then good. It is yes to all. Because
ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಗುರುಗಳೇ, ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Because other sounds also may come in. That's the reason I muted, but video open. Video. So in this, you have got to collect milk from the cows. The cows are called Adhyayana. I will point out to you, because cow milk is most important. Not only human beings want, even divine beings want cow milk. So Kshira Abhisheka is best for all gods. So whatever little Kshira Abhisheka you make to the Shiva, he will give you plenitude of milk to the animals, the cows. And so there will be so much of circulation about it. Next, you have got the potsherds, and then you have to prepare a purodasa, the cakes, and then you have got Yagnavedi, and into the Yagnavedi you have to make offerings, ahutis. And afterwards, what you do, you have to make a sprinkling
and also make the entire Vedi filled with the samhithas, and there is interchange of the sukshruvas, and there are so many intervening rites. So this is all being concluded or covered in the first prapataka of the first kanda of the Taittiriya Samhita. And Yagno vai Vishnuho, and Yagna, you in Vishnu Sahasranamam, you get Yagnango, Yagnavahana, Yagna Bhrutu, Yagna Krutu, like that Yagna Bharata. Andrenu, Yagna is the only tool through which you can open up the Mahima of the gods, through which you can expect some derivation of grace from the gods. So Devatagalana now please Madavekandre, Apyayamanasya swaha, Om Agnaye Bruhate Nakaya swaha. So Agni, he can rise up to heaven. Though he is there before you in the Veda, but without your knowledge and vision, he will be able to reach up the heights of heaven, and also all the gods or deities, whomever. That's why in Agnihotram, you say Agnaye Bruhate Agnaye. Agni is a Bruhat. And how much Bruhat he is? Nakaya, up to the Nakaloka. We got Nakaloka, Swargaloka, and all Divya Lokas are there. And how many layouts are there in Bangalore? Khandita Manjor Gotila. Earlier Bangalore was known only to morning will just come. Okay. So,
ಲೇಔಟ್ ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಸಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಗುರುಗಳು.
pardon?
ಲೇಔಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ we can't count. It is like a hairs and the heads.
So earlier, when my great-grandfather was there were only two parts in Bangalore Dandu, Bangalore City anta. So our hesaru Bangalore Dandu, Bangalore and bardre barta ittu postcard. Ivaga nodi estido. Anyway, hange illi kuda the cow's milk is so important. The cow milk products are also important even for the divine people, because Ghrutam vai aharam devanam. For all gods, tuppa is the food, staple food for all gods is the tuppa. So generally you can never perform a sacrifice without ghee. So ghee illade, ghrutam illade, you can't do any homam. So that is the contents of the first prapataka, which we are going to start today. And as and how we go on, you can really note about it. And it is a Shanti Patha also. It could be Shanti, because this happens to be the first mantra of the first prapataka of the first kanda of Yajurveda. And this mantra is common to all the 108 recensions. When we performed, the Veda Adhyayana Kendra performed one full day seminar on Rudra in Ragigudda, Kuchalamba, Rangamandira, and several scholars came, talked to so many lectures, and that particular year's Vedaganga contains and at that time there was one scholar, I'm just forgetting, he spoke on the Namakam section in almost available recensions of the Yajurveda. So ಏನಾದರೂ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ನನಗೆ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ವೇರಿಯಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ರುದ್ರಂ ಎ ಸತರುದ್ರಿಯಂ. Chatarudriyam you call it not because in 100 recensions of the Yajurveda, Rudra is a common text. That's why. And here also in the Prathama Patha Prapataka, Prathama Kanda, the mantras belonging to Darsha Purnamasa start. And even so, Agnihotraatmane, when you talk about Mahanyasam, Lagunyasam, there also you say Darsha Purnasatma, Darsha Purnamasatmika. The Rudra is the form of or embodiment of Agni, embodiment of all that. Darsha Purnamasa is there. Other sacrifices are not mentioned, but that is the opening sacrifice which has got to be done, and therefore this is the Purnima and Darsha and Purnima Namavasya. Now please repeat. Om. Taittiriya Samhitayam.
Taittiriya Samhitayam.
Prathama Kande.
Prathama Kande.
Prathama Prapatakaha.
Prathama Prapatakaha.
Darsha Purnamasa Mantraha.
Darsha Purnamasa Mantraha.
Prajapatihi Rushihi.
Prajapatihi Rushihi.
Vivida Chandasu.
Vivida Chandasu.
Dvipada, Virat, Gayatri, then Trishtupu, Ekapada, Trishtupu, and all these meters are there, clubbed in this particular mantra, which we are reciting. Om Ishet Vorjetva.
Om Ishet Vorjetva. Om Ishet Vorjetva.
Payavasto Payavastha.
Payavasto Payavastha. Payavasto Payavastha.
Devo Vaha Savitana.
Devo Vassavitana. Devo Vassavita.
Arpayatu Sreshtatama Yakarmane.
Arpayatu Shreshtatamaya Karmane. Arpayatu Shreshtatamaya Karmane.
Apyayadvam Agniya.
Apyayadvam Agniya. Apyayadvam Agniya.
Deva Bhagam.
Deva Bhagam. Deva Bhagam.
Urjaswatihi Payaswatihi.
Urjaswati Payaswati. Urjaswati Payaswati.
Prajavatirana Yakshma.
Prajavatirana Ayakshma. Prajavatirana Ayakshma.
Mavaha.
Mavaha. Mavaha.
Tena Ishata.
Tena Ishata. Tena Ishata.
Maghashamso Rudrasya Hetihi.
Magashamso Rudrasya Hetihi. Magashamso Rudrasya Hetihi.
Parivo Vrunaktu.
Parivo Vrunaktu. Parivo Vrunaktu.
Dhruva Asmin Gopatau Syata.
Dhruva Asmin Gopatau Syata. Dhruva Asmin Gopatau Syata.
Bhakvir Brajamanasya Pashun Pahi.
Bhakvir Yajamanasya Pashun Pahi. Bhakvir Yajamanasya Pashun Pahi.
Om Yagnasya Ghoshadasi.
Yajnasya Ghoshadasi. Yajnasya Ghoshadasi.
Atyushtagum Rakshaha.
Atyushtabham Rakshaha. प्रत्युष्टभं रक्षः
प्रत्युष्टा अराधयः
प्रत्युष्ट अराधयः प्रत्युष्ट अराधयः
श्रेयभगाद्विषणा
पेयमगाद्धिषणा पेयमगाद्धिषणा
बर्हिरच्छा मनुना कृता
बर्हिरच्च मनुना कृता बर्हिरच्च मनुना कृता
स्वधया वितष्टा
स्वदया वितष्टा स्वदया वितष्टा
स आवहन्ति
स आवहन्ति स आवहन्ति
कवयः पुरस्तात्
कवयः पुरस्ताद् कवयः पुरस्ताद्
देवेभ्यो जुष्टम्
देवेभ्यो जुष्टम् देवेभ्यो जुष्टम्
इह बहिः
इह बहिः
बर्हिः
इह बर्हिः इह
आसदम्
बर्हिः आसदे
देवानां
देवानां
परिपूतमसि
परिशोतमसि परिशोतमसि
वर्षवृद्धमसि
वर्षसवृद्धमसि वर्षसवृद्धमसि
देवबर्हिः
देवबर्हिः देवबर्हिः
मात्वान्वं
मात्वान्वं मात्वान्वं
मातिर्यको
मातिर्यक् मातिर्यक्
पर्वतेराध्यासम्
पर्वतेराध्यासम् पर्वतेराध्यासम्
आध्यासमाच्छत्ता
राज्यासमाच्छेत्ता राज्यासमाच्छेत्ता
ते मारिषम्
हेमारिषम् हेमारिषम्
देवबर्हिः
देवबर्हिः देवबर्हिः
शतवल्शं विरोह
शतवल्शं विरोह शतवल्शं विरोह
सहस्रवल्शा विवयगुं रुहेम
सहस्रवल्शा विवयगुं रुहेम सहस्रवल्शा विवयगुं रुहेम
पृथिव्याः सम्पृचः पाहि
पृथिव्या सम्पृजः पाहि पृथिव्या सम्पृजः पाहि
सुसंहृता त्वा
सुसंभृता त्वा सुसंभृता त्वा
सम्भरामि
संभरामि संभरामि
अदित्यैरास्नासि
आदित्यैरास्नासि आदित्यैरास्नासि
इन्द्राण्यै सन्नहनम्
इन्द्राण्ये सन्नहनम् इन्द्राण्ये सन्नहनम्
पूषा ते ग्रन्थिं गृह्णातु
पूषा ते ग्रन्थिं गृह्णातु पूषा ते ग्रन्थिं गृह्णातु
स ते मास्थात्
सते मास्थात् सते मास्थात्
इन्द्रस्य त्वा बाहुभ्याम्
इन्द्रस्य बाहुभ्याम् इन्द्रस्य त्वा बाहुभ्याम्
उद्यच्छे
उद्यच्छे उद्यच्छे
बृहस्पतेर्मूर्ध्ना
बृहस्पते मूर्ध्ना बृहस्पते मूर्ध्ना
अराम्युर्वन्तरिक्षम्
अरामुर्वन्त्यरिक्षम् अरामुर्वन्त्यरिक्षम्
अन्विः देवम्
अन्विः
देवं गममसि
एवं गममसि एवं गममसि
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
हरिः ॐ
हरिः ॐ
So we have the pleasure, fortune of reciting the first two anuvakas of the Taittiriya Samhita Prathama Kanda, and you must have observed how simple is Yajurveda compared to Rigveda, and all the ideas are in simple sentences, and they are all prose sentences. So, moreover, in one particular Anuvaka, you have the involvement of many things and also miscellaneous things. Because in a sacrifice, you need many sambharas. But most important is, I told you must remember, Dravya Sakarana, Devatahvana, Dravya Sekarana, Devatahvana, and Dravya Tyaga. So, Sekarana andre collecting the necessary sacrificial needs. And Devatahvana is to call the relevant people to the field of sacrifice and make them witness and give you the grace and benefits to you. And when you are giving food for the gods, Ahuti, there is a Tyaga. ಅಯ್ಯೋ 60,000 ರೇಷ್ಮೆ ಸ್ಯಾರಿ ಬೆಂಕಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಆವತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಸ್ತ್ರದಾನ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಯತ್ ಹುತಂ ಯತ್ ದತ್ತತಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಆಫರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಫೈರ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಡೊನೇಟೆಡ್ and ದಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, that will not at all diminish, they remain the same. And that will be giving you more dividends than any other company in the world. You get more and more dividends. So whenever there is a rakshanti punyani purakrutani anta. So whatever punyas, the dhanam and yajna and all that, that will definitely take hold of your future and prosperity, health and wealth. And kutumba sakutumba arogya. Adrinda now, I don't know, fortunately, because of B.S. Krishnan, we have a regular practical job in our Kendra for the past 20 years and odd. That is Saundarlahari Homa, Yagna. So that's a practical demonstration. And this month, next month, we are going to have two this demonstration. Saundarlahari Yagna on 10th and 21st, we are having the Narayaniyam. And it will be a wonderful Bengaluru Mami and her retinue will come and sing and make puja and ahutis to Guru Ayur Krishna. They sing very nicely Narayaniyam. You must enjoy that. And one has to videotape that completely. So that program is also there next month. That's all why I'm telling all that. So the Yagna Kriya is the most important thing. That's why Yagna is a Gnanam. Gnanam by Yagnam. So to perform yagna means you get gnanam, and it's a part of experience, and that's a part of experimentation, and that's a part of grace and getting the award and reward. So I explain briefly the meaning of the two passages which we have read, and then we proceed to the next few are Kandikas or Anuvakas of the Yajurveda. So we go on. And we don't want to spend 40 years on Yajurveda. We are already very much senior citizens. No guarantee. Therefore, we plan to complete the entire Samhita in a limited installments or sessions. And I hope Yajurveda Purusha, Narayana, Yagneswara, Agnideva would bless us, make us more and more beneficial and interested into this arena of learning, knowing the experience and remembering the great rishis and the respective gods. Om Swasti.
Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Saha Viryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Shri Vasudevarpanamastu. Shri Veda Purusha Ashirvadostu. Om Tat Sat.
See, this is the book I am